Every homeless person have different reasons for living on the street. Nevertheless, they all deserve to be respected and treated equally. In London of England, city volunteers prepared a delicious banquet and relief packs in hopes of warming the hearts of the homeless people. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.
We go to England at the end of the show and join London City volunteers at their year-end blessing ceremony, with many local residents and members of the Chinese community arriving to take part. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for watching Daai Headlines. Goodbye. In California of the United States, Cerritos City volunteers and Tziqings often visit the Windsor Palm Care Center each month to put on a series of performances to cheer up residents. On the other hand, in Manchester of the United Kingdom, City volunteers brought a New Year's dragon dance and hot pot meal to a local senior home, while volunteers in London also carry out their nursing home visits, where they all managed to put a smile on each of the residents' faces.
Here at the Abbotsford Nursing Home in Manchester of the United Kingdom, city volunteers have brought a dragon dance and a traditional hot pot meal to celebrate the occasion.
I haven't spent New Year's Eve with my family in Malaysia for 3 years now. I should cherish every opportunity to spend time with my parents.
The food was very nice. That's what you can see. You see, they all eat it up. They all ate it up here. It was very nice. Maybe like Chinese New Year, and if it's their birthday.
Moving to London, Tziqing's regular visits to the Branch Hill Care Home each month to put on singing and sign language performances brings a smile to every face.
Simon says, clap your hands. You know how to clap?
Clapping along with everyone, these elderly at the Windsor Palm Care Center in California of the United States always look forward to the monthly visits from the Cerritos City volunteers. Volunteers sing and play bingo with the seniors and also provide massage services. Moved by the volunteers' love and effort, residents at the nursing home pray together for a world free from disasters. For the past decade, city volunteers have promoted the Buddhist NGO's work in the Netherlands, Germany, England, France and other European nations. But each of the countries has different laws and customs. City's challenge is how to best spread its ideals and recruit new volunteers in these culturally different environments.
The continent of Europe covers an area of 10 million square kilometers. Over the centuries, it has led the world in science and technology, economics and culture, and its long and tumultuous history has spawned countless myths and legends. In the 20th century, the European Union united the nations of Europe, and for over 10 years, City has carried out its benevolent work on the continent, spreading a message of love and service in the Western world.
热食发放是
We provide hot meals for the homeless.
5 countries have come together for the first relief distribution in Europe right here in Italy.
慈济的很好的人文精神。
City's wonderful humanity has spread to Italy.
Every year we perform the Buddha Day ceremony and year-end blessings.
How can Tzu Chi convey its definition of beauty in a continent of so many different cultures and religions? Beauty, in Tzu Chi's view, lies in both material affluence and spiritual goodness. It was only after Tzu Chi began its charity work in Europe that volunteers realized the difficulties inherent in implementing Tzu Chi's ideals in Western cultural settings.
For instance, if we want to visit nursing homes, we can't just go in and visit them. We need permission from the government.
There are many small towns and villages, so it's not easy for people to gather together. Also, we have to speak Dutch in our work here, and many Tzu Chi volunteers can't speak Dutch very well.
French laws differ from Taiwan's laws in many respects. Financial regulations are very strict, so we have to be very careful in collecting donations.
We have encountered a lot of difficulties, but we have overcome them one by one.
Despite a shortage of both funds and personnel and difficulties encountered in their work, Tzu Chi volunteers remain optimistic, encouraging themselves to do what needs to be done. But the door has been opened and truth has entered. Tzu Chi has already begun its service work in Europe and will continue to spread goodwill throughout the continent.
Even when having afternoon tea, we always pass down the Tzu Chi message.
We want to bring Tzu Chi's humanistic ideals to all these countries and cultures.
Europeans also can be a part of Tzu Chi.
慈济志工走遍全球各地，身影遍布世界5大洲。
Tzu Chi volunteers have spread goodwill the world over. Wherever there is need, Tzu Chi will always be there. But it hasn't been easy promoting Tzu Chi ideals in Europe, a highly developed continent of disparate cultures and customs. Now Tzu Chi has successfully made a home in Paris and will continue to bring its message of love and compassion to people all over Europe.
Tzu Chi volunteers in London, England, recently held a Buddha Day ceremony where members of the public were invited to attend. Besides the Buddhist rituals, volunteers also led the participants in walking meditation and put on a sign language musical as well.
In London, England, Tzu Chi volunteers invited residents of their local communities to take part in the Buddha Day ceremony to pray for peace and harmony together.
It was quite interesting, and it was enlightening for me to know or see how Buddhism is compared to me being a Catholic, and there's some similarities, so it was quite moving and a bit spiritual.
Despite the limited space, participants follow the volunteers in walking meditation.
I think all the parts, but especially that part when everyone was meditating, listening to the songs, yeah, because I could really feel this peaceful ambience.
Part of the event includes the synchronized sign language musical of Vow in Action, performed by some 10 volunteers.
I really enjoyed all of the different parts of the event today. I think the dancing that we saw and the singing at the end was tremendous, and a lot of effort's clearly been put into that, and that was very moving.
Prior to the ceremony, Tzu Chi volunteers also visited a Chinese supermarket to canvass donations for the Ya'an earthquake, with the market owner donating 100 bags of rice to help raise funds. Here, Tzu Chi volunteers once again witnessed great love transcending all boundaries.
Students from England's Coventry University recently visited the Kaohsiung Jingsi Hall in Taiwan. As geographic and disaster management major, they wish to gain a better understanding of Tzu Chi and learn how the Buddhist NGO provides first-hand help to people around the globe in face of disasters. Today, 24 students from England's Coventry University are here at the Kaohsiung Jingsi Hall to learn more about the Buddhist NGO and how it assists disaster survivors on the path to recovery.
I think today's program has been amazing. We've been able to see the houses where they were rehoused into, which I think is astonishing, how they were rehoused so quickly.
Upon learning of Tzu Chi's relief work program and how the NGO strives to provide first-hand help to disaster victims, the students expressed their amazement.
Age of the people who work in the organization is not restricted. You have the very old people, you have the young people. They're able to blend everybody together. That compassion is there, that kindness is there, that love is there, that unity is there, and I find it very, very impressive.
Accompanied by their professor Chen Yongfang, who is a native Taiwanese, the students travel from England to Taiwan. Professor Chen says compared to England, Taiwan endures many more natural disasters.
In fact, 70% of the population in Taiwan have experienced 3 different types of disasters in their lifetime. I once asked my students how many of them experienced an earthquake in the past, and most of them said never.
Thanks to this visit, the students gain a better understanding of how Taiwan endures natural disasters and also how Tzu Chi works to help those in need around the globe.
In the United Kingdom, on November 2nd, England Tzu Chi volunteers held a charity concert in London. The event was joined by performers from different backgrounds and faiths. Thanks to the volunteers' performances, many audience members were inspired to contribute to help those in greater need.
Through a sign language performance, Tzu Chi volunteers not only showed the beauty of sign language, but also Tzu Chi's humanistic spirit.
I was very inspired that the founders of Tzu Chi are actually Catholic nuns, so that's why I wanted to take part. Because also in my past, I did some help in the homeless and charity work, so I think it's very important. So I wanted to take part and do my part for your organization to show the support between Catholicism and Buddhists.
Other than a piano performance by Chen Xianying, Dr. Kong Mu Huan sings songs he composed himself to pass on his happiness to those in the audience. Kong says that music can ease pain and bring people closer together.
And that's what's wonderful about it, and that's why I hesitated. I don't think the word professional, as you said, Dr. Lee, is quite correct. Professional means to make money for profits. I myself am a doctor like you, and I've dedicated myself to helping people. But what I see here makes me feel embarrassed. I do nothing of the kind that you do.
As the sounds of a violin and guitar blend together, their collaboration represents Tzu Chi's belief that love harmonizes all differences.
The performances today were great. I saw all the groups performing in harmony. It made all of us very happy to see.
也是很快乐的表演呢，让我们这个叫什么 audience 也很快乐。
Although the concert was a simple affair, the heartfelt performances touched hearts nevertheless. At its conclusion, Tzu Chi volunteers and audience members came together to perform the sign language song "We Are Family," thus ending the day on a perfect note.
Tzu Chi's Winter Aid distribution continues to provide relief to the less fortunate worldwide. In China, volunteers in Wuhan City of Hubei Province handed out aid supplies to impoverished families, while Tzu Chi volunteers in Manchester, England, held an early Christmas party at a homeless shelter.
In Manchester, England, Tzu Chi volunteers and a local homeless shelter are holding an early Christmas party to celebrate the holiday season. Although Tzu Chi is a Buddhist organization, volunteers understand the importance of the holiday and get busy packing winter relief items to help the less fortunate. At the party, everyone become fast friends, singing songs of joy and sharing laughs together. The shelter's sister Lucy leads the room in prayer before the presents are handed out. The arrow points to Chen Dexiong, a Tzu Chi volunteer and coach of the Chinese Taipei Taekwondo team. He is the brother of Chen Qiuhua, Tzu Chi's senior volunteer in Jordan. Even though he is in the United Kingdom for World Taekwondo Federation's World Grand Prix, Chen Dexiong does not forget his Tzu Chi roots and brings along his athletes to give back.
Yeah, have a Merry Christmas. Take care, all right?
Gold medalist in the men's 58 kilogram and second in world rankings in Taekwondo, Wei Chenyang has a hard exterior but a soft inside.
We wanted to have them feel the warmth of homecoming. I feel that this event is really special.
Seeing their happiness, I feel especially blessed to be able to be here and feel their affection.
The homeless relish in eating fried egg rolls, an item many considers a luxury. The partygoers sing a song of appreciation for Tzu Chi. There's no sadness, only tears of laughter and joy at this early Christmas party. Meanwhile, it's 5 in the morning and Wuhan Tzu Chi volunteers are moving bags of rice in the dark. This is the third annual winter aid distribution in Wuhan City, Hubei Province's Taipei community for the less fortunate.
I want to thank all the volunteers for their dedication in helping our impoverished residents. Thank you for providing such warmth in this cold winter.
At the Taipei community in Wuhan City, the street names and community areas all take after places in Taiwan. This region, in fact, was one of the earliest to embrace Taiwanese culture. Hence, Tzu Chi's yearly winter aid distribution here is something the less fortunate look forward to every year.
Last year, Tzu Chi came to help us. I was here last year too. I want to thank the volunteers for their efforts.
Seeing a 60-year-old senior using a carrying pole to shoulder relief supplies for 4 families, a volunteer hurries over to ask if he needs help. Shaking his head no, the senior smiles and leaves. His figure, seen from behind, alludes to a heart full of thanks for Tzu Chi's assistance.